Israel's actually doing something pretty controversial. They're moving forward with proposed legislation that would make it illegal to use the word Nazi or use symbols associated with Nazism like swastikas, despite objections of
What
people.
are the other symbols associated with Nazism?
You know, there's one. There's like some black cross.
The salute.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like the Iron Cross. That's a
We got to get rid of Hugo Boss.
right. Right. Yeah.
Really great boots. I don't know, but they say no more. Israeli politician Shimon Ohayon defended the legislation, saying, look, we have to be the leader of this battle, of this struggle, in order to encourage other countries. We in our land can find enough words and expressions and idioms to express our opinions. What I'm asking is, please put away this special situation that has to do with our history. So this is really interesting because I don't know a ton about it, but I know that that stuff isn't allowed in Germany. I know you're not allowed to, you know, they don't sell Mein Kampf and they take that stuff really seriously. So what's different about Israel taking it seriously?
Well, Germany's wrong too. That's what's different.
Yeah, I probably agree.
Yeah, you can't ban it. It's a bad idea.
Of course, if you're talking about it in terms of teaching or a scholastic environment, it's fine.
Is that an exception made? But I mean,
yes.
I mean, it's complicated. So you just, I don't know. I wouldn't ban it. I don't think you go around. I don't think you get anywhere. You don't succeed by going around banning symbols. Also, is it an issue in Israel? I mean,
it's enough of an issue for them to want this legislation to pass.
It's much more likely to be an issue in Germany. And we do have to bear in mind that they don't have the same protections for free speech in the Israeli constitution that we have here. So of course we're evaluating it from our particular cultural context. But I agree with you. I don't think that they should ban it, not because I want to use the term, but because I think that it makes your country weaker rather than stronger. And it adds unnecessary allure to a thing when you ban it.
Right.
I don't think that it would accomplish their goals.
But the fascinating thing is that it passed in Parliament 44-17. So it's not like someone just decreed this and everybody went along with it. People really support this.
so John and I did a story in the first hour about this in what state was it with the fracking?
I believe it was North Carolina.
In North Carolina, there's a fracking committee that met, and the energy committee, the energy company, they don't want to say what chemicals are in the fracking because it's proprietary.
Oh,
Right?
Special blend.
It's right. So they debated on this committee. There are 15 people on this committee, and they debate this for 3 hours. It's been an ongoing story, and then they took the vote. Should they have to tell what's in it? And the vote was 15-0, right?
Yeah.
So you got people in Israel saying that it's okay to have a swastika, but nobody in North Carolina is willing to go, could maybe you tell us what chemicals are going to go into our water? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
you both say this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad idea, but I mean, you know, it's hard to argue against Shimon, not Peres. When he says that, you know, look, it's our history. Could we just have this one thing?
Yeah.
You left out. Then he added, you know, enough with the Nazis. Again with the Nazis.
Oy, Gewalt!
So yeah, banning symbols doesn't generally get you anywhere, but I don't know. You know, so I don't like to sit and tell the Israelis how to do their.
Well, and I mean, and in terms of like the Israeli Defense Force and all this other stuff, they seem to have, you know, like airport security and all kinds of stuff kind of figured out. So in some ways it's like, you know, do your thing, Israel, because you seem to know what you're doing. But then it's
We
just
just
like,
don't want to start locking people up because they you know, if they find that somebody, I don't know, drew a symbol on their pad, you know, like it's a, like, you know, you put people in prison for crimes and thinking things is not a crime.
Yeah.
In general, that's why I don't like, and I think Jan Reese is why I don't like hate crime legislation.
Yeah.
Like you beat up a gay guy, a black guy, a Jew, you put him in prison for beating them up because that's a crime. You don't not because I don't care what your motivation is.
And furthermore, totally Jewish.
Right.
Like it does sound stupid when you put it that way.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.